The Port Authority of Thailand has announced that announced that it had to stop taking the imports because of the flood situation in Bangkok and central Thailand.
Exactly, because there's no more room left for to stock the goods, because right now it's at 80% of the capacity. So there's no word from the Port Authority yet when they will be able to clear the goods out as well.
Well, meanwhile, the Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra has surveyed the water drainage, and she paid particular attention to Canal Number 9 in the Lamluka district in Pathum Thani to get the full scope of the situation and talk to the residents there. She said they have to make sacrifices because they live in an area where the water is being drained.
Workers need to dig a road along Rangsit Canal to divert a water to Hokwa and Sansap Canal. This will bring as much water to the Chulalongkorn water gate. They hope to finish the channel within tonight. The Transportation Minister, however, spent the day surveying the roads for the dig and following recommendations of scholars. The chairman of GISTA says that government should make sure that the Department of Irrigation and Bangkok coordinate with each other throughout this crisis. They must decide whether to open or close the waterway so that all 1,000 water pumps can work efficiently. He also says the government should remove natural barriers like water hyacinth, trash, and trees. He also predicts that the flood will subside by November 15th if the sea level is not too high.
As water creeping into the city, many are thinking how high and also in what area and what case, the worst case scenario that Bangkok would get the water.
Yeah, let's get all the details with Kun Darin Khong Akra. Kun Darin, review please.
Thank you, Rumtip and Supajon. Now today I have talked with Dr. Seri Suparatit, who has the worst case scenario of the flood water in Bangkok, and he said now there is a lot of opportunity that the entire area of Bangkok will be affected by flood water. This is the map of the worst case scenario. The good news is most of Bangkok will be about 10 to 20 centimeters level of water. This is the yellow color. And in the north of Bangkok, like Don Mueang and Laxi, was affected by the water now. But the color here that is blue color and green color is the level of water that is 1 to 2 meters and 51 and 100 centimeters. So the water here is a little bit high. And this is the area with the Chao Phraya River flow here, so this area may affect with 1 to 2 meter level. And here is the blue color. This is, we call it the west part of Bangkok. We call it Phang Thonburi. So the water here will be a little bit high, so the situation here will be worse. And the water here, like in Nong Kham, Bang Bon and Bang Khun Thien, will be about 1 meter high. And in the central part of Bangkok here, like in Pathum Wan and Sathorn, will be affected about 1 to 2 meters also. So now the situation for all entire of Bangkok will not be so bad. So you should not be panicked, but you should prepare yourself for the situation that may get worse.
Thank you, Kun Darin. So that's the latest situation. But a lot of Bangkokians, they are outside Bangkok. But who knows when or what happened when they come back?
Exactly, when the end of the long holidays, right? However, the government has called on foreign representatives to explain the flood situation in Thailand, ensuring that Thai exports will run efficiently. Deputy Prime Minister Kitirat Naranong and Police General Pracha Promnok told envoys from 80 countries that the government is trying its best to ease the situation. The Deputy PMs admit that no one knew the water situation would be this critical. DPM and Commerce Minister Kitirat says factories based in this kingdom, whether Thai or foreign, will be treated equally with the economic measures. No details were yet given to the media. With all fingers pointing at the government, Kitirat says the flooding situation has been ongoing for a long period of time. Meanwhile, some of the representatives admit assembling and analyzing the information on the flood is not an easy job.
I don't want to criticize the government. I'm sure that the people who are doing it, whether it's the governor or the prime minister, I'm sure they're all working round the clock, that they're all suffering from lack of sleep, that they're suffering from a lack of appreciation for their efforts. It would be nice if they would all tell the same story there, decide on the facts and then tell us exactly what the story is.
So you're saying there are some fraud information flying around?
What I'm saying is that there's so much information flying around that one doesn't know which to believe.
Many embassies are now coordinating with their homelands in assisting Thailand with the floods.
The Bank of Thailand and the Stock Exchange of Thailand will operate as normal even though the flood situation is critical. The BOT announced that the cash withdrawal are up to 3 to 4 times more than normal. It's gone from 5 to 6 billion baht to 22 billion baht. But the BOT said it has reserved enough cash. The head of the BOT said it has enough for 1.2 trillion baht. Meanwhile, commercial banks are dispatching mobile ATM units, especially in flooded areas and communities where electricity is cut off. More than 3,000 out of 40,000 ATMs are out of service. The Stock Exchange of Thailand has also confirmed trading will resume as normal, and if the system is interrupted, traders can trade online. Both of the BOT and SET point out that they will only stop operations if the telecommunication unit is shut down, which they stress is very unlikely.
Meanwhile, the Engineering Institute of Thailand is confident that Don Mueang's airport's runway is not yet affected by the overflow. Secretary General of the Engineering Institute of Thailand is confident that the basic structure of Don Mueang's runway has not been deteriorated by the floods. This means that the water receipt operation can resume immediately. But if the runway is inundated for several weeks, the EIT says it will have to reassess the condition. Some parts of Don Mueang Airport, which is where the Flood Relief Operations Center or FROC is based, have been underwater for more than 48 hours.
Food is also an issue right now,
Exactly.
because the president of the food industry says that this is the first time in the 50 years history that the kingdom has to import food and goods from abroad, even though they are produced here.
Right, and this is of course the result from people panicking from the ongoing situation. Some houses are not yet flooded, but they've been stockpiling
food and
Exactly.
goods. So the food industry said that it has learned a lesson and should distribute food stocks evenly around the country.
Exactly, and Thailand has had to import goods from overseas because 30 to 40 factories have been affected, so the demand for drinking water has increased 40 to 60%.
But there's also some good news. Even though a lot of the companies, foreign companies, are affected, the American multinational corporation Procter & Gamble is staying loyal to Thailand. The company says the floods have not affected its 15-year commitment in the country.
Thailand is P&G's largest manufacturing center in Asia for beauty care products, and Thailand is still appealing for future investments because of its infrastructure and skilled labor. And with the industrial estate north of Bangkok currently underwater, the Japanese government has decided to allow Thai employees to work in Japan. Thousands of Thai workers who work in Japanese companies in Thailand have been welcomed to continue their work abroad. This will fix the supply chain and disruptions caused by the floods. The Japanese government is considering accepting several thousand Thai workers from some 30 companies for about 6 months.
But it's still raining cats and dogs outside,
Exactly.
I wonder how I will going home, or many others who stay at TPBS will go home, or maybe
you
stay
might have
here.
to canoe out. Yeah, I slept here last night,
Maybe I might have to. You might have to.
Maybe. All right, and that's it for tonight's edition of Thailand's Worst Flood. And this is the both of us reporting live from Thai PBS headquarters. I'm Supachon Klinsuwan.
I'm Rung Tip Chonapalai.
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ